gentlemen, Matt Lozano.
Welcome back to Bill Haney's North Shore Music Theater in Beverly, Massachusetts. Michael Parenti joined by Scott Ream live on Flow Combat from CES MMA 43. This one's going to be a good one here. You're watching Matt Lozano from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, 28 years of age, 8-4 with 1 win by knockout, 4 wins by submission, taking another major step up tonight in competition. This could be as back and forth and as evenly matched a fight as we've seen in a long time here in Beverly. This one's going to be good. Lozano had a big win, Scott. He debuted with the promotion at CES MMA 34, simply overpowering Johnny Campbell, and he has stepped up in class. He's fought for the World Series of Fighting, Bellator, Legacy, CES MMA. He's fought for all the major Northeast promotions. Actually fought UFC vet Damasio Page in just his 6th pro fight. That was a huge step up for him back then. But he is coming off a loss in December. That snapped his 4-fight win streak. And instead of taking a step back, he steps up to face Rico Disciullo.
You know, anytime that you fight at these major promotions and you work as hard as he's working, a step up, a step sideways, there's no back. That's the only thing you're doing now is either treading water or moving forward.
I agree. You simply can't go backward once you get in that sport. Once you step up the level of competition, there's nowhere else to go but up. And Matt Lozano's proven that tonight by taking on Rico Disciullo. Certainly a tall task for him, but an equally tall task for Disciullo as well, as we see Matt Lozano make his way inside the cage.
And his opponent coming to the cage, Rico Disciullo.
You can hear the pro Disciullo crowd here tonight from Peabody, Mass. Only a stone's throw from Beverly. Rico Disciullo, an emphatic entrance up the ramp to the cage. Ranked number 9, Scott, in New England among bantamweights, comes in at 6-1 with 3 wins by knockout. Is coming off his first career loss at CES MMA 38, losing to David Garcia, submitted via key lock in the opening round in that bout.
Well, you take a look at who's cornering him. You see the camp, it's Sit Your Tongue, Mark Telegrati. That's our old friend and UFC veteran, Charles Rosa, in his corner. So you know for a fact that as much as we've just talked about Matt Lozano having a great background, so does our friend Rico Disciullo. So this is going to be a great fight. Both guys well-versed, veterans, lots of fights under their belt, fighting at the highest levels. This should be a barn burner.
Disciullo making his 6th appearance with CES MMA tonight, looking to snap that 1-fight losing streak. Again, that one came at CES MMA 38, so you're seeing 2 hungry fighters, Scott, both coming off losses, wanting to right the ship. That has all the makings of an absolutely fantastic fight. Let's send it cage side to our announcer, Adam Palazzo, for the official introduction.
This is the Rejuvenized co-feature of the evening. The following fight is scheduled for 3 rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing in at 136 pounds. He comes in with a pro record of 8 wins, 4 losses, with 4 victories by submission. Hailing from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, Matt SMG Lozano. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the great trunks, weighing in at 135 pounds. He comes in with a pro record of 6 wins, 1 loss, with 3 victories by knockout. Hailing from Peabody, Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, Rico Disciullo.
All right, boys, you know the rules. Keep it clean, listen to me at all times, defend yourself at all times. Touch gloves, let's get going.
Michael Parenti joined by Scott Ream in our co-feature bout of the evening here at CES MMA 43 on Flow Combat. Rico Disciullo in the black and green trunks. I'm sorry, that's Lozano in the black and green. Disciullo in the gray with the yellow lettering.
I believed you.
It's all right. 3 rounds in the bantamweight division.
Nice body shot by Rico.
And again, 2 fighters coming off a loss, looking to prove something here in what has been the proving ground for New England mixed martial arts for quite some time, CES MMA.
Already you can see Matt Lozano switching his stance. Rico did a nice walkthrough with the rear leg.
Again to the midsection, Scott, working the body early for Disciullo.
You're gonna see, or you should see. We've seen Rico in the past, but just from where he's coming from Disciullo and Mark Delagrati. His stand-up, his Muay Thai will be on point.
Yep. Upstairs with the left hand, back downstairs with the leg kick. Really mixing it up early. Overhand right.
Finished with a straight left to the body. Spinning wheel kick.
Disciullo emptying the tank early, or I should say emptying the playbook.
Now, as you made a point earlier, the high level that Matt's trained at and fought at,
Right.
he's just calm, cool, collected, composed to everything that's being thrown at him.
He's been on almost every major stage in the Northeast. World Series fighting, Bellator, CES, Legacy, name it, he's been there. And only 12 fights into his career. So he's definitely not taking things slow, as you would say. They're certainly not building him up. He's going right at it. Same for Disciullo, who's now appearing with CES for the 6th time, previous 2 bouts with Bellator. So both of these fighters really among the best of the best, taking on any and all comers here. And again, Disciullo, as we mentioned, ranked number 9 in the Northeast, looking to make that climb again and come off that first career loss.
Nice.
Right to the body again.
It was a nice jumping switch knee. That was interesting. That was a little inside. It looked like it was a inside knee.
Again, we're live on Flow Combat. We also encourage you to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at CES MMA.
Nice rear leg by Rico. Another nice rear leg.
Disciullo mixing it up nicely. Halfway through the opening round of a scheduled 3-round bantamweight bout. Our co-feature of the evening here at CES MMA 43.
But you can still see how relaxed Matt is.
Sure.
Rico finished out with a nice left hand. He's got a little swelling on the Matt's right eye.
You're right. There's really no panic in Lozano at all.
Now, it's almost like can't be bothered. A little laissez-faire.
Can that get into the opponent's head?
At this, maybe at a lesser level, yes. But at this level, no. You're in your... The only thing I think that would really get in an opponent's head is if you hit your nice left hand
Left
finish.
hand got in there, yeah. In other words, throwing everything at somebody and they're just not fazed by it, you almost have a level of exhaustion.
If you lay your best punch on somebody, they turn back and smile, yeah, that might register. But other than that, when you're just working, Rico's working right now. He's not unloading anything. He's putting nice combinations together. He's in his groove, throwing combinations. And Matt's just coming right back at him.
And at the end of the day, even if Lozano's not phased, he's not winning the round. So Disciullo's
He's
getting the
getting
leg up.
touched up right now.
Yeah, here he is
Matt's
now.
getting touched up
That
very
big
well.
right upstairs.
These are confidence builders. Even though he's still in the fight, Matt's walking him down. You see Rico still coming forward. He's getting confidence with every single strike he lands.
Lozano's busted up.
Big overhand right. And he's also got a cut. Matt's also cut over the right eye.
On the forehead,
and
too,
it's
Scott.
up on the hairline. You'll see that a lot.
It's going to be interesting to see how the cut man in the corner, how he works on this one. You're an expert in this field, Scott, so you can tell us between rounds if it gets there.
Yeah, if we zoom in, I'll definitely put in my 25 cents.
Nice left by Disciullo.
I love the fact that Rico's finishing with the left hand, something very seldom done.
Blood just streaming down the middle of Lozano's face, right on the hairline,
Nice
as you said.
combination.
And a little bit to the right eye, too.
Now you can see here where Matt's coming in as a lefty fighter, okay, as a southpaw. Whenever that happens, Rico comes in, leads with the right hand like he's supposed to, finishes left hand, has to be landing 75% of the time.
42 seconds to go in the opening round. Disciullo in control, almost landing at will at times. Spinning back kick misses.
Spinning back kick right over the head.
Scary moment for Disciullo there as he went to
lead uppercut left hook.
and a big right.
And that right hand had plenty on it, but also Matt walked right into it.
Disciullo went down for a second on the back kick, not even phased, popped right back up, landed more shots, landed the uppercut like you said, came back with the right. It's just been all Disciullo in this opening round. Final 10 seconds, here he goes again, and a big takedown to punctuate.
Everybody tonight, nobody's put their opponent down and went with them. Everybody's dish-ragging.
A bloodied Matt Lozano making his way back to his corner. I'm not sure he knows where his corner is.
Let's see if we can stay with Matt. And I'd like to see how his corner works this.
Well, this is interesting, Scott. This is kind of where fights can be won or lost, as you know. If you
His corner took way too long to my liking to even get to him.
Working on that cut right on the hairline.
You're not working the cut.
Is that one of the tougher ones to stop, Scott?
No, it actually really isn't. The only the cut, if we get back into that corner, that would be great. The cut to the right side of the eye, nice following up combination.
I only asked because the cut over the forehead can kind of drip into the eyes.
Yeah, anytime the blood gets into the eye, that's where the doctors want to have issue, but it's not a hard one to work.
Well, we'll see if these cut men have Scott Ream level of experience in stopping cuts. If not, Lozano could be in some trouble and could certainly be distracted. We'll see, and you'll know right away, Scott. You know as soon as that round starts.
You can tell they don't. Those cuts are too wide open.
Right now it's stopped, but I'm sure as that first left or right lands, it could open things up.
You can see now. Well, you can let it walk, but it's already.
All right, round number 2 underway. All Disciullo in round 1. We'll see what Lozano has in store. He's got to get back in this fight quickly, and has to deal with the cut right on the hairline on top of that. So the deck is certainly stacked for Matt Lozano.
Nice movement by Rico, lots of feints. He's feeling it. He's got a little swagger to him now.
Definitely confident. He's working at all levels, upstairs, midsection.
Big left hand finish again. I love seeing this all night long. And a swagger is not a bad thing. A swagger is not cocky. A swagger is just feeling it, and you're in your groove. Kind of like Stella.
We'll see if Disciullo can get his back tonight, coming off that loss at CES MMA 38. So far, so good. 1 minute into round number 2.
Nice head movement, nice roll through the punches.
Ducking up and under, coming back upstairs to the left, now at the right
Now,
hand
that
again.
was a beautiful feint, and that goes unnoticed. He looked down like he was going to throw a kick and came up with a punch. A lot of plays, you'll see boxers do that. Eyes will go to the body like they're going to go with a body punch and jab to the head. Great job there.
Disciullo mixing things up masterfully here in this fight. Lozano really has no answers. The cut doesn't seem to be an issue, Scott, right now for the moment.
They spend no contact.
Right. We may need to see something flush to the forehead again to see how good a job they did.
The eyes already opened up and started. Yeah. To the right eye, that would be my main concern. That's the first contact to that eye, and it was already bleeding prior to that. That was just from the blood pumping. But now Rico's got a nice stinger under his left eye.
Yeah, Lozano might have caught him on the way out of an exchange earlier in that round.
Well, Matt's definitely in this fight. He's working. He's just behind after the first round. This round seems more equal.
Well, the problem is he's going to have to pick up the pace at some point, and you're going to wonder when that moment comes here. He's almost halfway through round number 2. Maybe he has to steal this one in the closing minutes if he can.
What a lot of people don't get is Rico won that first round 10-9, but he won it with a strong 10-9. That doesn't make it any different. Still 10-9.
Yep.
And then if Matt came back and eked out a 10-9 in this round and eked out a 10-9 in the next one, he wins.
That's all it takes.
But there was not a 10-8 round in the first.
No, and that can be sometimes the downside of the scoring system.
That's the fight game.
Right, that's the game. You're absolutely right.
So Rico has to know that, which he does. He comes from a good camp. They know what they're doing, and they told him, don't take your foot off the gas. And there you see it.
Yep. And again, finishing with the left, as you've pointed out throughout this fight. Great job by Disciullo. 2 minutes to go.
Now there's your blood from the
There
forehead.
is the blood, yep.
There's your blood from the eye.
Right back to where Lozano finished in round 1, bloodied and battered. But again, not out of the fight by any stretch.
No.
Just has to pick up the pace here. These final 2 minutes could be the difference in this round. It's been somewhat even.
I check a fighter's legs, but if I think that if his legs get heavy, there's no bounce in them, you can move your arms and your legs are stuck in the mud. You can move your head and your legs are stuck in the mud. But those legs are moving. You're in it. You still got plenty of pep. Your head's in the game.
Very entertaining bout thus far here at CES MMA 43. It's been all action, all stand-up, really, with the exception of that Disciullo takedown, that slam at the end of round number 1. But it's basically been a boxing Muay Thai match here for the better part of 2 rounds.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Nice rear leg finish.
And again, Michael Parenti joined by Scott Ream live on Flow Combat from Bill Haney's North Shore Music Theater in Beverly, Massachusetts. Another electric crowd
Nice
here.
head movement by Rico.
He looks good. He's in and out of trouble. He gets in there and he gets out quickly.
Never leaves his back against the fence for too long. He sits for a second and gets himself out of that.
All right, certainly not running out of real estate at any point here either. Nice left, the right hand rather, over the top. 40 seconds to go in the second round.
Looked for the takedown, couldn't get it. Now he's in a
Uh-oh.
little bit of trouble. I don't think he's going to be able to, Matt's going to be able to finish this, but he definitely controlled a great knee on the break. That actually stung Rico.
Rico's nose busted up a bit. He kind of walked into a brief guillotine there, Scott.
Yep, standing guillotine. And then Matt realized he couldn't finish it, so he made sure he
Smart
gave him a
move too.
knee.
Smart move to disengage and try to throw some hands again for these final 10 seconds.
Composed, no panic in either fighter.
Nice left, nice right jab there by Lozano. Maybe taking a little bit of momentum into the third. We'll see how that plays out.
I would lean towards Lozano maybe for that round.
A nice finish here. You got to wonder what you're thinking if you're Disciullo there. So you kind of have to tell him, just be careful not to walk into something like he did there at the end of round 2.
Yeah. His corner is ridiculous. Matt's corner's taking way too long to get in there and work.
You have so few seconds to work with in between rounds. You just can't waste time getting in the
In
cage.
MMA, you have roughly 45 seconds. It's going to take you 5 seconds if you're running to get to the corner, and they say seconds out with 10 seconds. So that's 45 seconds out of that minute to work. If you're not in there before everybody else, you're wasting time.
And this may be an unofficial scorecard, but I think Disciullo does have the edge here by 2 rounds, and it could go either way, certainly. You never really know. But, again, it's the point to not take your foot off the gas, despite what you think the scorecards might say. And obviously, he's got the corner that will preach that to him. Mark Delagrati would never be one to let a fighter just coast over the final 5 minutes.
No, absolutely not.
So expect to see the best here of Disciullo and Lozano as we go into this third and final round of our co-feature from CES MMA 43. Mike Parenti, Scott Ream, your broadcast team on Flow Combat. Lozano in the black trunks with the green lettering. Disciullo in the gray with the yellow. And it comes out the big kick to the midsection to start. Not taking his foot off the gas at all. We'll see if Lozano's a little more aggressive here, and maybe that is the case.
He started out a little more aggressive, and then Rico tagged him a couple
Got
times.
clipped there with that short left hook. That'll wake you up a bit. Nice jab by Disciullo. Really showing some impressive boxing skills, Scott.
Yeah, not bad. He hits pretty well with the Thai style. He throws punches and kicks Thai style. What I like with boxing, what you're mentioning, is his head movement and his changing of angles very well.
Nice short right.
Doubles up.
Nice kick upstairs by Lozano. Now he catches Disciullo. Almost had his back turned for a second.
Look at the swelling in Lozano's face. I mean, someone's got to buy Lozano's corner and swell and teach him how to use it. Because I didn't even see him pull it out.
They need Scott
There's
Ream.
the guillotine.
There it is again.
Oh, he's got him off the ground with it. That's it. Now, Matt, Rico did a good job of putting his foot up against the cage to alleviate some of that pressure. Big right hand, doubled it up.
2 big rights by Disciullo out of the break. Trying to regain that momentum. Lozano thought he might have had a guillotine, and you're right. He had that foot against the cage, that right foot to kind of push off.
Well, it takes some of that pressure off your neck if you let your legs do some of that work.
Right and the left by Disciullo. 3:34 to go.
We got a little Pacquiao going on there.
Whoa.
Big right looping right here.
Working the angles, Manny Pacquiao style here.
He's got that speed bag Pacquiao back fist coming.
Again, ducking down Scott, looking like he's going to go to the body. Then he goes upstairs. You mentioned that earlier in the fight.
Yeah, you change your angles, you change levels. Take a really good look, guys. Now he's right. That was a 2 to the body and a 1 to the head.
Disciullo just working all the angles here against Lozano. I think now at this point, with under 3 minutes to go, Lozano's going to have to empty the tank here and maybe show some desperation to pull this one out. It's definitely been all Disciullo, with maybe the exception of a couple of guillotine attempts by Lozano, but nothing really sunk in enough to worry Disciullo.
Well, you can see Matt trying to press, but he's been doing that all night.
Right, and Disciullo's just been elusive,
Yep.
and he's fought well on the inside, and he's gotten in and out of trouble quickly, never really sustained a lot of damage.
Nice body shot. Rico's really been going to the body well. Straight left hand again.
Disciullo again just charging right, left, nice uppercut leading in. 2:12 to go in the final round here in this co-feature bout.
Nice overhand right by Matt.
Lozano
That's
lands
the first.
cleanly there. Yeah,
Yep, that's
best
the first
punch of the
one.
night for him, for sure. Oh, for
Matt
a second,
Lozano
yeah.
looks for the takedown, just couldn't finish it. I don't think he's got it. Watch the legs now. He's stepping a little heavier.
Pro Rico Disciullo crowd letting their voice be heard.
I can't imagine why.
They're loving what they're seeing thus far. Just under 2 minutes to go in this fight. Disciullo again in control, just circling.
Now that's something I think that Matt should have been using all night, is that short little rear teep, just to keep his hands off, just to keep Rico's hands off him, but he didn't start using it until 3.5 minutes into the third round.
But it may be too little, too late at this point, unless he can get a finish, submission, or something at
I
this point.
agree 100%.
He's going to have to do something to win this fight. And certainly not for a lack of effort. Disciullo's he's been slippery on the inside. He's been elusive. He's landing effectively. He's doing everything he has to do here.
Yeah, look at those
There
punches.
it is again.
It's that last punch that lands effortlessly clean.
And he backs Lozano against the cage, then steps back and makes Lozano have to chase him for 5 seconds out of the corner. It just wastes time. It's just time ticking away on Lozano.
Absolutely. And one of the things I like best is when you've worked any boxing whatsoever, it's you throw 3-4 punch combination looking to land one clean as a whistle, maybe 2 if you're lucky. And that's what Rico's doing tonight. Well, they were just pot shotting him very well. 3 stiff jabs.
Final 30 seconds. Disciullo looking to close in style. An impressive showing here at CES MMA 43. Another big right hand.
Over the top. He's just winging them into the air right now. Nice uppercut. Finish with the left hand. All night long.
It's been great. It's been a masterful
His
performance.
striking has been excellent tonight. Fantastic job. Corner should be proud.
Time running out on Lozano.
And a
Tries for the flying
takedown.
Yeah, the big takedown. Lozano just
Look at
pushes
how
him off.
game a flying knee
Not
to
quitting.
end.
No quitting Lozano. What a fight. But I'll tell you what, it was all Disciullo in this one. A tremendous performance.
Great fight. Great fight.
Another great bout brought to you by matchmaker Patrick Sullivan, taking 2 of the better Northeast prospects in the bantamweight division, matching them against each other, and this was the expected result you would get from this kind of fight. You had an absolute war, and Disciullo just showing that Muay Thai skill, that boxing, the MMA style, everything we had.
He put it all together.
He really did, Scott.
And,
He put everything together. Look at some of the replays here. This was
And look at his feet are off the ground.
Yep.
He's doing a great. You see Matt working extremely, extremely hard, not giving up, putting his best foot forward, legitimately. But then Rico's just too much. Ripping the body shot. Look at coming back up with the left hand. Dropping to the body, coming back to the head, finishing with the left hand.
3
Repeatedly
stiff
all night.
jabs right there, Scott, followed by the right hand. It was just a textbook
He
performance.
put a little bit of a clinic on tonight.
It's one of the better performances we've seen from Rico in a while. And
Yeah.
you're coming off a big loss that you had at CES MMA 38.
And you know what? Sometimes those types of losses make you bite down on
Sure.
your mouthpiece and train a little bit harder. Great job tonight.
Definitely brought out the best in Rico Disciullo tonight. It looks like it's going to be unanimous across the
I'm
board.
going to say Matt brought out the best in him. That was a tough fight. Great,
Absolutely.
great job.
Let's send it down to Adam Palazzo for the official decision.
Fight fans, how was that one? After 3 tough rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges scored the fight 30-27. For your winner by unanimous decision, the pride of Peabody, Mass, Rico Disciullo. Rico, couple words. A lot of people came out to see you tonight. Couple words for your fans.